Here's the question I'm getting from homeowners almost every single day right now. Should I sell my house or should I just wait? And honestly, I get it. The market has shifted. You're probably seeing headlines about homes sitting longer, price cuts in your neighborhood, and interest rates that are making buyers hesitant. It feels like a gamble either way. So in this video, I'm going to give you a straight, honest answer, specifically for homeowners right here in North Phoenix, Peoria, and Glendale. No fluff, no sales pitch, just what the data is actually telling us, what's happening on the ground, and how you figure out which move is right for you. Stay with me because there's also one huge factor that most homeowners in this area don't even know about yet. And it could completely change the math on your decision. I'm Surrie Atkins with eXp Realty. I specialize in helping homeowners throughout North Phoenix, Peoria, and Glendale figure out their best move in this market. I've been watching this market closely, talking to buyers and sellers every week and pulling fresh data so you don't have to. If you've been thinking about selling or even just wondering what is your home worth right now, this video is for you. Let's get into it. Before I get into the data, if you're pretty sure you want to sell and you just want to know what your home is worth right now, I have a link in the description where you can request a free, no obligation home evaluation. I'll pull the real comps for your specific neighborhood and give you an honest number. No pressure, no runaround, just the real numbers. Let's dive into it. Let's talk about what's actually going on. 2, 3 years ago, we were in a full-on seller's market. Homes were getting 10, 15 offers. Buyers were waiving inspections. People were paying $50,000, $60,000 over asking price just to get a house. That's not where we're at anymore. In 2026, the Phoenix metro area, including our areas in North Phoenix, Peoria, and Glendale, has shifted. There's more inventory, buyers have options, homes are sitting on the market longer, and yes, price reductions have become pretty common. Here's a number that really sums it up. Homes across Phoenix Metro are selling for about 97.5 cents on the dollar, and the average time on the market is around 70 days. Compare that to 2022 when homes were flying off the market in 10 days above asking price. Now, does this mean it's a bad time to sell? Not necessarily. It means that the strategy has changed. And knowing that strategy is the difference between a smooth sale and a home that sits on the market and gets stale. And before I break down each of our 3 cities, I need to talk about something that is quietly reshaping home values in this entire part of the valley. Most homeowners don't even realize yet. Have you heard of TSMC? TSMC, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, is the world's largest chip maker. And they built one of their largest manufacturing facilities right here in North Phoenix. And as of 2026, it is now operational. We're talking about a multi-million-dollar facility that is bringing in thousands of high-paying jobs to this area. Engineers, technicians, project managers, executives, many of them relocating from out of state, and some are from overseas. These are people with solid incomes who need housing in the North Phoenix area. Now, here's why this matters for you as a homeowner. When a major employer like TSMC opens its doors and starts bringing in workforce of this size, it creates sustained demand for housing, not just a month, not just month to month pop. These are employers going to be here for years. They're going to buy homes, they're going to rent homes, and a lot of them are specifically looking in North Phoenix, Peoria, and even Glendale because of the commute corridors. We've already seen this start to play out. Areas close to the TSMC facility, parts of North Phoenix, Norterra, Happy Valley, Union Hills, are seeing buyer interest, and the rest of the valley isn't necessarily seeing the same level. So, if you own a home in any of these three cities, especially in North Phoenix, the TSMC effect is real factor in your home value and in how quickly a well-priced home can move right now. Keep that in mind as we go through each city because this is a tailwind that most sellers aren't even aware they have. Okay, talk about North Phoenix first. The medium home price in North Phoenix is sitting around 510K. That's down about 3.8% compared to this time last year. Now, I want you to hear that number in context because a dip of under 4% after the run up we saw in 2021 and 22, that's not a crash, that's a correction to something more sustainable. What I'm seeing on the ground is homes that are priced right and not priced for 2022, but priced for today are still moving. Well presented homes in desirable pockets of North Phoenix are getting solid offers. The buyers are there. They're just more discerning than they were a few years ago. And here's the TSMC connection again. If your home is within a reasonable commute of TSMC facility, that is generally a selling point right now. Some buyers are specifically filtering for that. I've seen it firsthand. Buyers relocating for these jobs are doing their research before they even set foot in Arizona, and they're looking at the North Phoenix area specifically. Bottom line for North Phoenix sellers, if your home is in good condition, priced accurately, and marketed to the right audience, including relocation buyers, you have a real opportunity right now. It's not 2022, but it's not as the same bleak as some of the headlines make you think it is. Okay, let's talk Peoria. Peoria is a market I want to speak to directly because the numbers here require some honest conversations. The medium home price in Peoria currently is around 540,000. Homes are sitting on the market for about 50 days on average. And here's the stat that I want to flag for you. Roughly 36% of active listings in Peoria have taken at least one price reduction. That tells me something really important. A lot of sellers came onto the market pricing for 2024 conditions or even 2022 conditions, and buyers pushed back. And now those sellers are chasing the market down. Here's what I always tell my clients. It is much better to price accurately from the start than to chase the market with a reduction later. When a home sits too long and takes a price cut, buyers wonder what's wrong with it. You lose momentum and you often end up with a lower final sales price than just the price at the right day one. So for Peoria sellers, this market absolutely rewards smart pricing and great presentation. The buyers are here. Peoria is desirable. Great schools, new builds, access to 101 and the 303. And yes, proximity to TSMC corridor is a real draw for buyers in certain parts of Peoria as well. If you're thinking about selling in Peoria, the question isn't really, should I sell? It's, am I prepared to sell and position my home correctly? If the answer is yes, these buyers are out for you. Now, let's talk Glendale. Glendale is interesting right now because it sits at a really compelling price point compared to North Phoenix and Peoria. Medium home price around 405 to 455 range, depending on the part of Glendale. And that affordability factor is generally attracting buyers who've been priced out of the other parts of the valley. Now, Glendale has some price softening too. Some reports show values down close to 8% year over year in certain parts of the city. So I won't pretend this is a hot seller's market. It's not. But here's what that creates. It creates a competitive advantage for sellers who present their homes well. When buyers are shopping Glendale, they're often comparing multiple homes at similar price points. The homes that show best, they're clean, they're updated, they're well staged wins. The homes that are cluttered, dated, or has deferred maintenance, they sit. That's just the reality right now. Glendale also has some great demand drivers, such as the sports, the entertainment at State Farm Stadium, the West Valley job market, and yes, some buyers in the TSMC workforce are looking at Glendale as a commute option too. It is a viable drive for many parts of Glendale to North Phoenix facility. So if you own in Glendale and you're thinking about selling, the opportunity is there. The key is preparation. Get your home in its best condition, price it accurately, and have a solid marketing plan. Yes, there is a theme for my sellers. So here's what I've been waiting for, the actual answer. And in my and I'll be honest, there's no single right answer for everyone, but there is a framework I will walk every homeowner through. And by the end of it, most people have a pretty clear sense of what makes sense for them. There are really two things that drive this decision: your personal situation and the market timing. First, and I want to push back on the idea of waiting for the market to come back. Here's the thing, nobody actually knows when the market shifts. And if you're waiting for rates to drop and prices to come up and inventory to tighten, you might be waiting for a very long time. And in the meantime, you're stuck in a home that doesn't fit your life. Now, will the market improve? I do think it will, especially in our area. The TSMC effect is a real long-term positive for home value, but waiting isn't free. There's carrying costs to your home, mortgage, taxes, maintenance, and there's an opportunity cost if you need to be somewhere else. So here's how I think about it. Sell now if you need to move for work, family, lifestyle reasons, or you have equity you would like to access, or your home needs significant repairs you don't want to deal with, or you can price your home accurately and you're ready to compete. Consider waiting if you're in a rush and your home needs significant updates to compete, or you bought recently and your equity position is tight, or you have a mortgage rate under 4% and moving would significantly increase your monthly cost. And here's the honest truth. In any market, the home you sell are the ones that are priced right and presented well. That has always been true. It is just more true right now than it was in 2021. Here are the signs that selling now makes sense for you. One, you have a life event driving the move: job change, growing family, divorce, aging parent, retirement. Life doesn't wait for the perfect market. Two, you have significant equity, and if you bought more than 5 years ago in North Phoenix, Peoria, or Glendale, you're having meaningful equity even with the recent price softening. That equity is real money. Three, you're ready to price correctly and present the home well. Sellers who approach this market strategically are still winning. The data backs that up. Four, you want to take advantage of the TSMC driven demand before it fully priced in. Right now, a lot of sellers don't know to market their home to relocation buyers. That's a competitive edge for sellers who do. On the flip side, if you bought recently, if your equity is thin, if your home needs significant work and you can't do it right now, or there's generally no life reason pushing you to move, then waiting another 12 to 18 months, give the market more time to stabilize, is in your favor. That's a legitimate choice too. All right, that's everything. I hope this gives you a clearer picture of where things stand and what makes sense for your situation. If this was helpful, give it a like. It helps people find the channel and reach more homeowners who need this information. And subscribe so you catch the monthly market updates. And I put out North Phoenix, Peoria, and Glendale. I'm Surrie Atkins, and I will see you on the next one.